Hey, this is the World Advice channel. What I want to talk about today is why do so many people hate King Charles? So for this video today, I will discuss two main things. Of course, the first one being the reasons why do so many people hate King Charles, and secondly, since it's a political channel, I will also discuss in depth of what King Charles's coronation means, or I should say symbolizes, when it comes to the state of Britain today. So that's the second thing I'm going to discuss, as this is a political channel, obviously. So anyway, let's get started with the first point. So when it comes to the question of why do so many people hate King Charles, the simple answer to the question of why do so many people hate King Charles is due to the fact of various different things, from the suspicion he was responsible for Princess Diana's death, all the way to the fact of how rude he is. Many different things are the reasons why so many people hate King Charles. Now let's get into depth to all of those sub points to the first main point. So the first one obviously is just due to the fact that obviously King Charles has been long suspected for being responsible for Princess Diana's death. And not just that, also due to the fact that it has been a well-established fact for a longest time, he didn't treat Princess Diana very well. Now, obviously, if you're someone who clearly has a reputation or for not treating someone well, who is very loved by the general well population, alongside the fact that Princess Diana, kind of died in very suspicious ways, which kind of sounds weird because she was a very powerful person. Like, this is the British royal family. How does she just randomly die randomly in some freaking area? So just driving through some underground road or something, whatever it was. Like, it seems kind of like things do not add up for her story, how she died. It just seems kind of odd and unusual for how she died. And the truth of the matter is that, of course, King Charles has been very big, um, a big suspect for her death. So the truth of the matter is that that's obviously the reason why so many people do not like King Charles. His relationship with Princess Diana, who at one point was his wife. So the truth of the matter is, if people obviously haven't liked you for decades because of that situation, then that's obviously a sign. Yeah, yeah, people are probably still not going to like you, particularly the fact that, of course, there's still a good portion of the British population who are of that age, who grew up when that stuff happened. So a lot of them know him, and a lot of people do not like him for his relationship with Princess Diana, from the mistreatment to, of course, the suspicion that he had her killed. So that's absolutely the first reason why so many people hate Prince Charles the Third. The second reason why there's so many people hate Prince Charles the Third is simply due to the fact, as I was getting to before, it's just simply due to the fact that he's a rude man. There's been ample evidence to show that he's a rude man. The British royal families in general, I think most of them are rude. But the thing is that they're at least smart enough to kind of hide it behind the scenes. The Queen herself is said to has been said to have temper tantrums, and and so on and so forth. But she's smart. She does it behind the scenes. If anything, and even for her, there's probably a certain limit. Of course, the Queen when she was alive, and all those other people of the British royal family, when they did that stuff behind the scenes. Prince Charles is more direct with it. He's more in your face with how rude he is. He's a rude man, and for that exact reason, that's why no one in the world, or especially in Britain, really likes him for that matter. No one really likes that guy. Everyone hates him. So for that exact reason, that's another main reason, a sub point, I should say, as to why so many people hate Prince Charles. He's a rude man. There's many clips on YouTube that show he's rude. There's many things that prove that he's rude. In general, behind the scenes, he's a rude man, so no one really likes him. So that's the first main point. Now let's get to the second main point of why do so many people hate King Charles now, if anything. So when it comes to the second main reason why or not even the second reason. It comes down to the, of course, you know, when it comes to King Charles, what his coronation proves when it comes to the state of Britain today is that it just shows you when it comes to Britain, his coronation proves when it comes to describing the state of Britain is that Britain is clearly in a bad state right now. Because the thing is, before, of course, the Queen died, the truth of the matter is that the Queen was one of the people who held the nation together. She was someone that literally just about everyone could agree, yeah, we like the Queen, despite our political differences, whether you're right wing or left wing. She was one of the few people everyone could consensually say, yeah, we like the Queen. Um, without her there, there's no one to really kind of hold the nation together, alongside the fact of she also represented a bygone era, the glory days of Britain, when Britain was a nation that people on the world stage actually cared about, at least a lot more than they do now. People took them more seriously, alongside the fact that Britain, obviously, at the time, was a lot more prosperous than it is now. Yes, they had their issues, they had different social issues and so on and so forth, but the thing is that it was still doing better than it is now, and she represented that. Now she's dead. It's just like, what's there? There's nothing to really help remind people of the past. The past, and the fact that they're electing someone like King Charles, someone who no one really liked ever, for that matter. You know, the truth of the matter is that it just shows a new age for Britain, politically speaking, and just in general as a nation as a whole. The nation of Britain, that's not a very good one. They're going to this direction that obviously they're going down this direction that obviously clearly you can tell is not a good one, from people like Rishi Sunak, who people absolutely despise, to, of course, Rishi Sunak. They don't like him because he doesn't really do anything. He's kind of useless to the economic downturn of Britain, inflation being another one, of course. So his coronation, of course, leads to a new symbol for New Britain, this new era where people don't know where things are really going to go. So the truth of the matter is that symbolically represents another reason why he, of course, is so hated. Of course, he's directly not responsible for all the things that are going on, but symbolically, it represents the decline of Britain, because the Queen held everyone together. People might have had issues with her back and forth, like the Black community might have said, we're not happy with what the Queen ancestors did and certain things she did. The Indians had their own quorums with the Queen. We're not happy all the time with some of the things she did. But there's a difference between just saying something in general and saying, well, I'm not happy, until someone actually dies. And you kind of realize, yes, yes, we had our issues here and there with this and that. But at the same time, she kind of held national identity together. Now, of course, in Britain, you're clearly seeing a huge divide. You have the divide between liberals and conservatives, a major divide that's growing between the two. You know, between the two, people are losing faith in the system as a whole as well. A lot of different things are happening because, of course, of the decline of Britain that was kind of building up over time. But the fact that the Queen's dead just makes things even worse. And the fact that someone who just happens to be someone no one even like, even the white British people hate that guy, it just makes things even worse. So Britain is not going in a good state. It's really going to the grave, if in all honesty. So that's the reason for reasons for this video, I believe, why King Charles is so hated. It's those two main reasons. So this is my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like more videos like this, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. And this is all I have to say. Hope you enjoyed it, and later.